everybody. I hope everyone is doing well today. Oh, it's a beautiful evening, 8 minutes past 7 p.m. here, and I am really sorry that we are late, a little bit, 8 minutes past time, but I'm so excited about our guest today because we have an amazing guest. And I have also to apologize for yesterday because we had a bit of network challenges, so we were not able to host day 6. So actually today is day 6. But the conversation with Marianne on different types of love and the love triangle is going to happen next week, hopefully. So yeah, keep it here, stay tuned, and we will be sharing and updating about you about that. And today, I am really excited about the conversation that I have today with Luchemo, and here he is. Good to see you, Luchemo. Let me just bring you in. Yeah, so today we're talking about facing rejection. And I don't know how many have ever faced rejection, but truth be told is it's one of the hardest things that someone can ever face or have to go through. Okay, wait a minute. Luchemo, please send me a request. Yeah, waiting for your request to join. Yeah, anyway, like I was saying, rejection is one of the hardest and toughest things that it's one of the hardest things that someone has to face, and for sure, as long as you're human and you're in this life, you're going to face it. Hey,
Hello.
I hope you're. Oh, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Yeah, glad to be here.
Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Wow, I love our backgrounds are both green, and well, I love
Yeah,
green. Only that mine is a bit decorated, so yeah,
yeah.
but it's so good to see you today. And wow, it's a beautiful evening here in Kamulu where I am. I hope it's
Yeah,
also good where you are.
yeah, it's good here. It's good here
Oh,
also.
lovely. So we're going to go right into our topic for today because we are a bit late. Yeah, and
Yeah,
before we do that, we're going to start with a word of prayer. So I'm going to pray, then we can get started. So let us pray. Thank you, dear Father, for this wonderful evening, for your goodness and your gracious mercies. And thank you for giving us this evening, Lord, to be able to discuss about an important topic. And probably there are people who are going through this same thing. And we pray the Lord, you will visit them and that you encourage them tonight and that your healing power will rest upon them. Be with us, Lord, and give us a wonderful time. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
amen.
Amazing. Thank you so
Yeah,
much once again, Luchemo, for I reached out to you about this topic, and because I know that you're so passionate about maybe I need to get some water. You're so passionate about mental wellness, and
yeah,
also I have also heard you talk passionately about rejection and the kind of work that you do, and people get disappointed when they go for an interview and they are
yeah,
told, sorry, and other people, those who are in the art and entertainment industry, they go for auditions and they're told, I'm sorry. And that can be one time, two times, three times, four times, and many more times. And we also
yeah,
have rejection in relationships, when you love someone and, they tell you, I don't feel the same way, or maybe, so rejection comes in many forms. And I'm so excited that we are having this conversation because it's an important reality to talk about. And yes, and I'm happy that you're going to be taking us right into this topic. So, but before we do that, please allow us to know you. Please introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and we'll get started from there.
Okay, hello. Samuel Luchemo. I'm an entertainment entrepreneur, professional actor, cast director, film producer, plus also I'm a mental health advocate, plus a copyright consultant. Yeah, kind of do a lot of things as a entrepreneur. Yes, and this is basically me. There's a lot more involved, but yeah, the brief I can say about me is that. Plus, I'm very passionate about giving youths a platform to flourish and stuff. Sorry about
Oops.
that. Yeah, to flourish. So yeah, it's basically yeah, that's just me.
All right. Okay. Good to know you. And yeah, doing amazing stuff right there. So you've mentioned about entertainment, copyright consultant, mental health advocate. So
Yeah.
I'm really interested in knowing about your passion for mental health.
Yeah.
Why specifically are you passionate, and where did your journey begin when it comes to mental health?
Okay. I would say ever since I was a child, I got fascinated by psychology because my mom was a nurse, and yeah, I always read certain books of psychology. Got interested. I got interested in. But aside from that, there was discomfort within the family. Things we were going through that was kind of disturbing me as a young child. So you know, uh, my father passed away a few last year, December. So yeah, there's a lot that he that was happening within the family. So after all that I went through as a child, I really wanted to come out of that depression. I wanted to come out of the thought of being alone. So I started the journey to discover myself, basically through my talents, my music, my acting, or mostly music, because I'm a rapper. So uh, and a poet. So yes, I feed into that mostly. The music, the poetry, it helped me to move on. I could release all my pain plus other methods I used. So the
Mhm.
more I did, I became passionate about getting to help other people who are also going through the same situation as I am. So I didn't go public for a while until like 2018 to go public as in to help a number of people. Most of the people I just helped to the ones who know me and stuff like that,
Mhm.
but I never told like publicly that yeah I do this. So yeah, I became a mental health advocate from that because I came
Mhm.
out of depression quite a hard
Mhm.
uh, depression. Very depressing time for me as a child, knowing having those memories, hurtful memories. But the thing is, I got to forgive my father. I got to love him more. I guess I got to know him better, and he helped me through a lot of things, even in life. And that's why I dedicate everything from now on to him because he helped me grow as much as whatever happened. He
Mhm.
forgave that, and yeah, made me smile every day. That's I
Wow.
would say in a brief nutshell. That's it.
Okay, wow, that's absolutely amazing, Luchemo. And I'm really sorry about your dad, and
Yeah,
really pray for that for God's healing. I know it's just the other day, and as you
yeah,
walk the journey, yeah, that God will be more present. But
yeah.
thank you for sharing that. It takes a lot of courage to also share a personal story, so I really appreciate that. So,
Mm,
and I'm so excited about the topic that we are discussing today, especially because rejection is something that almost each and every one of us will face at some point in life.
yeah,
Um, be it, and when we talk about rejection, we're really not talking about relationships. We're talking about all kinds of rejection. So,
Yeah.
and I'd like you to just briefly tell us what are the types of rejection, or what are the kinds of rejection that a human being, as you live in this world, you will at least encounter once in a lifetime or a couple of times.
Huh. There's okay. I'll put it in my own words, not like it's not documented, but okay.
Mhm.
There's physical rejection, that somebody tells you outright that I don't like you and stuff like that. And then
Mhm.
there's emotional rejection, that the
Mhm.
action of this person, even without them speaking,
Oh,
you
mhm.
kind of reject it. And then there's spiritual rejection, whereby you feel deep inside that things are not working out for you spiritually. You down, very not okay at all. And then now, if you put them now into categories, into clusters, you'll find now the career rejection, uh, entertainment rejection. You'll find, yeah, even anywhere. Yeah, even Christians reject other Christians, or reject other people, how they
Yeah.
are, or that. Yet we are supposed to love each other. So yeah,
Mm.
there's a lot different types of rejections, I would say. Yeah, basically those are the three main ones I would emphasize more on: the physical rejection, and then spiritual rejection, and emotional rejection. You feel rejected, and you reject yourself. So other people reject you, so you reject yourself.
Okay, wow, I like the way you put it. And I just read a comment from Andy. Hi, Andy, so nice to see you. Big up, man. That's courageous of you to share. Yeah, so that's Andy's commenting about what you just shared about your story. But I like what you've shared about, this physical rejection where outrightly someone tells you they don't like you, or you told, sorry, you didn't pass that interview. And
Yeah,
there's emotional rejection where people don't tell you, but you feel it, because
yeah,
either that there was a connection that has now been withdrawn,
yeah,
and also spiritual rejection. I can also understand that, because sometimes when for Christians, okay, I speak for Christians because I am one.
yeah, yeah.
Sometimes you pray and you're like, hey God, where are you? I feel like you have left me.
Exactly, exactly.
So
Yeah,
yeah, and it's what you've said about church and also being rejected by other Christians, and yeah. So, but I also like that you've mentioned about there's career rejection, and you just mentioned about entertainment. And I know I've had stories of people, especially in the entertainment industry, they have gone for audition like 50 times.
yeah,
50 times and you get a rejection, 50, and they don't give up. And the
yeah.
reason why they are where they are today is because they never gave up. They
Yes.
never gave up. So I'd like maybe for you to enlighten us, or maybe to just open us up to that conversation of being rejected in careers, in careers, be it entertainment, be it in the corporate world.
Hmm. And it's cool. Yeah, so rejection, let's say in the entertainment, because uh, as an actor, well, we get rejected. And this being a month of February, the best thing about being an actor, being rejected, is, when you're in a relationship and a lady or a gentleman rejects you, you're like, okay. Okay, so you faced a lot of rejections in admissions that it might not affect you so much. So it's kind of good and sometimes bad, but the thing is, you go through a lot of them. Personally, I've been rejected on auditions like over 100 times. I hear the
What?
same, not good.
That's a
Yeah,
lot. Whew,
yes,
100 times.
100 times. But
And
the
you're
thing,
still in that industry.
yes, I am. very solid in it.
Oh,
So the thing is, you get rejected by this person, and another person accepts you. The thing about rejection is it just shows you that you personally are not meant for that person, or you personally you're not meant for that career, or you're not meant for that office. You're meant for something bigger. If you have a perception of you're meant for something bigger, no matter how many times you're rejected, even for with
yeah.
a lady or a gentleman, you'll always believe that you're meant for someone bigger than him,
Mm.
and bigger than him, not size, but heart wise. So the rejection is supposed to build you. We go
Mm.
through, even when you're going to in let's say in a interview, you get rejected for that job. You can,
Yeah.
if they're good enough, they'll tell you why they've rejected you. If
Yeah.
they don't want to tell you, then it's okay. Say thank you for the opportunity. You've shown me a better way to do my interview, and then yes, for the next job I'll get it. So just have a positive mind, because the more you reject it, it doesn't mean that you're not worthy, you're not valuable. It doesn't mean that you nothing. It just means that
Yeah.
you're meant for something better and bigger.
Yeah.
And it also means that you need to improve on a few aspects about yourself, about your life, about things around you,
Mm-hmm.
and so, because your rejection is usually a state of mind. So
Mm.
if this person just says no, it's not like uh, they have rejected you. It's like, I'd rather you do something else. I'd rather you do
Mm.
something worth you than this. So look at it on that aspect, and seeing that your life is over or stuff like that. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that. It just means that there's something better for
Mm-hmm.
you. Always be
Yeah.
strong, and no matter
Mm.
what. I would say, tell an actor, musician, a model, yes, you get rejected too many times in this industry, so many times that you want to give up. But the moment you want to give up is the moment that
Yeah.
opens up. Uh,
Mm.
you can see so many actors that can mention that have been rejected before and have succeeded. We can state Samuel Luchemo Jackson. I mean Samuel Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson was rejected too many times, but he's very good right now. Jim Carrey, you can Sylvester Stallone. Every person knows his story,
Yeah.
and you can also this who was governor. I'll be back from the one from this Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
Schwarzenegger, yes,
Mm-hmm.
was rejected many times. Even Tyler Perry was rejected a lot of times,
Yeah.
but now he's a freaking film mogul. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever rejection you've gotten in life or whichever, it doesn't mean that you're worthless. It doesn't mean that you cannot make it. It means that
Mm.
you need to be harder and believe in yourself more, because
Yeah.
nothing in this life comes easy, but the easiest thing is to accept yourself. Once you accept yourself,
Mm.
once you accept
Yes.
everything around you, better
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, actually, the worst thing is self-rejection, because when people reject you, then you can be able to overcome that. But when you reject yourself, then that is more fatal,
Yeah,
because I mean, this is life, and we don't go into an interview knowing that we're going to be picked. So it's a
yeah,
matter of how best you perform. And actually, you can go and perform well and be confident that you're going to be picked, but you're not
yeah,
sure. But then, as you've said, it's good to know that maybe this was not meant for me, and but don't give up. Go to the next one. Still continue trying. Yeah. So the
yeah,
worst thing is the worst thing actually is self-rejection. Now let's talk about relationships rejection, because this is the Valentine's week, and someone just called me. So this is Valentine's week, and I just did my hair.
Lovely. Looking very nice.
Done my hair. I've done my nail. Well, my nails I haven't yet done. But anyway, what I'm saying is, a lot of people are going to be dumped this Valentine's.
Yeah.
Relationships. I'm not the prophet of doom, but I'm just saying the truth that these are things that happen. There are people who decide, there are people who are just saying, if Valentine asiponi treat, manze, me, I'm just done.
Yeah.
So, and there's some people who will disappear from Friday, excuse me, Friday, they show up on Tuesday. So,
Yes,
anyway,
the men's conference.
That makes confidence that we don't know what happens in there. But anyway, relationships in terms of rejection when it comes to relationship, because these things happen. And probably and one thing I'd like to ask is, what is your advice for someone who's going through rejection right now? And rejection, I mean, you loved someone, and this can go for the woman or the man. You loved someone so much, and maybe you had seen a future with them, but this person all of a sudden they don't feel the same way anymore. And I know one of the most painful kind of rejection is rejection when it comes to a relationship. So what is your advice to someone anyway who is right now looking at life and is depressed because maybe they've gone through a breakup and something like that? What is your advice to overcoming such kind of rejection?
One thing I would like to tell somebody who has been rejected or is about to get rejected, I would say smile at your trouble. Yeah, smile at your troubles, because at the end of the day,
is it easy to smile? Anyway, sorry.
smile at your troubles and say that, well, you tried your best. You did your best. I know it would be hard, very hard, even to say that statement, especially for somebody maybe you've been with for 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, even others for 15. But just accept yourself. Accept this is the situation right now. That's the first step. Accept the situation that, yes, you've been rejected. If the person is good enough, they will tell you why they are rejecting you. If the person is not that good, they will, do it that on the text and just leave you. So the thing is, accept the situation at the moment. Smile at that situation, because it takes a lot of energy to frown and get angry than smiling. Smiling takes just less, very less, and it's easy once you love. Look at the thing is, your life is not over. You have other people around you, maybe your friends, your parents, your relatives, and also whichever situation you're going through, just smile, say that this is the moment I'm headed for a better life. You can now either wallow yourself into your music, into your art. And the best thing about, if you're a creative and you get rejected and you're a musician, you create the best songs ever, the best poetry ever.
So true, I've had that. That.
Yes,
and it's also the thing for relationship, Luchemo, because sometimes someone leaves you and you end up they dump you, right? And then you end up, anyway, why am I saying this? Yeah, you end up anyway finding yourself, finding maybe discovering your purpose,
Yes,
discovering something about yourself that you didn't know, and probably
yes,
others meeting someone better, someone who sees the good in you and brings out the best in you. So yeah,
yes,
I totally agree with what you're saying.
yes. It's a passage of life. Rejection is a passage of life.
Mm,
If
yeah.
if you haven't been with it's like um, it's not like getting jiggers. Other people can't get jiggers on it. But if you're from Ocha, definitely you have to pass through a jigger situation. So it's like a passage of life. But the thing
Okay.
about it is you embrace it. You love it. You love
Amazing.
this being rejected and you move forward past try to engulf it to make it better for you and look at it in the aspects of this is just for a moment. It's
Mm,
a past wind, it's a passing moment. As much as painful it is,
mm.
it, it will pass. Just like the sneeze
Yeah.
of dust, it will pass.
Yeah, it's
So let it out, sneeze
yeah.
it out. So
Well,
once it's up,
let me ask you, Luchemo, have you ever been rejected by a lady that you loved? Like, have you ever been
uh,
rejected? How did you feel and how did you like rise up from that?
it's painful. I
Mm,
really love the lady, and yeah, and well, we couldn't like she didn't feel the same way as I did. So
mm,
yeah, it was very painful. It's hard to
mhm,
forget her, but yes, it was a painful situation. And
mm,
the thing is, I slowly by slowly I came out of it. It wasn't easy. Uh,
mm.
I didn't eat a lot, but I tried my best not to think about it. I tried my
Mm,
best to think other things concerning my career, about my talent, about other people that I want to
yeah.
help in life. So
Mm,
doing that, it helped me grow better in
okay.
life, and
Mm,
it was very painful, extremely painful. I won't lie.
mm,
Yeah, but as I've said, I smile about that situation because
mm,
I learned something out of it. And the best thing
and,
about a relationship
mhm.
is once
And
you have a vision,
what is the one lesson that you can tell us you learned from that experience?
is be sure of the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. Be, be
Okay.
sure of that because they might not be sure about themselves. So be sure about that. That's what I learned
Okay.
because the person
That's
wasn't sure. So that's why we kind of didn't work out. So
mm,
once you're sure about it,
yeah.
the better. So it
Mm,
takes time to be very sure about the other person and the other person to be sure about you. So
I
yeah,
like what you said there, Ruchema, because it's very important for to be sure whether you're in the same boat. It's very important to be sure so that you're not riding a boat and this person is prepared to jump off that boat in the middle of the ocean and ride the next boat. So yeah, it's very important to be sure that you're on the same
uh,
page and you're walking, towards the same direction and all that. But then something else you've mentioned, and I like what you've just shared about your story.
yeah.
What are the coping skills? Oh, okay, how did you cope with that? And this is also to ask you, what is your advice in regards to coping with rejection? And by this, I also mean healing from rejection, because most of the time we tell people just move on. I mean, just move on, find someone else. I mean, there are many women, there are many men. But then you've just said you have never forgotten that girl. So you see, there's something about I don't feel it like it's good to tell people just move on. You know, it's not easy. It's you've lost someone who you've really thought you're gonna have a future together. So when you just tell
Yeah.
someone just move on, then you are really not even helping them. But you need to really help this person to be able to cope, and it's a journey. You don't wake up and find yourself on the other side. There, but are there things that we can do? Are there coping skills that maybe someone can adopt and can easily help someone to walk the journey?
Yes. First of all, how to cope with it is how
Mm.
can I say? Know that no one is perfect. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
no one is perfect, and I came to understand how to cope with it is put my mind on the pathway of I need to better myself first so that I can attract person worthy for me. Because most people would say men are dogs. All ladies love money and gold diggers and stuff like that, or all ladies are. You'll call them very bad words,
Mm.
but look at it this way. What is it about you that is a bone? You call every man is a dog, but why are
Yeah.
you a bone? Why are you a bone that you attract these dogs? And
Yeah.
if this man says all ladies are like this way and that way, ask why are you trying so hard to attract other ladies through your money and not
Mm.
through your intellect and stuff like
Yeah.
that, to understand her on a deeper level.
Mm.
And was- don't expect every lady to be a Michelle Obama. Don't
Thank
expect
you.
every
Mm.
man to be, you say, Samuel Luchemo. It's me. It's
Yeah.
because, yes, I don't want to mention any other dude because I believe I'm better than them. So, so
Okay. Mhm.
So don't expect every person to be that way.
Yeah.
And once you embrace them, or rather embrace humanity, embrace yourself, now you start coping with the situation. You start coping it with also getting to get yourself involved in other things, not
Mm.
drugs, not alcohol, but productive things. Things to better yourself, better
Mm.
their society. Because personally, I coped up by helping other people in their relationship up, fun ironically. So yes, and
Mhm.
helping other people who are going through depression and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I felt happy knowing another person is happy. So that's
Mm.
how I coped. Getting to I joined other things
Mm.
in the film industry, in the
Mm.
music, and all that. Those I embraced a lot within my life.
Mhm.
I accepted everything within my life. The negativity, I accepted them and
Mhm.
changed them to a positive things. It's like somebody
Mm.
calling you stupid.
Mhm.
You you say yes. I'm
Mm.
stupid. Never. You
Yeah.
know, uh, calling you all sort of names. You
Mm.
say that's perception for
Yeah.
themselves. One
Mm.
thing, every person who calls you a bad name, it's usually what they see in themselves. So
Mm.
when they call you
Interesting.
a bad name, they see you. They don't love themselves because why abuse this other person if you love yourself? If you love humanity, if you love every person around you, why be that way towards the other person? Accept them
Mm.
the way you are, whatever how they are, because
Yeah.
apparently every person has another person. And if you can manage 4 ladies, well, good for you. It's a headache, but good for you. If you can manage how many, that's okay with it. But the thing is, have you accepted yourself? And are you willing to move past every bad thing in your life,
Yeah.
every bad situation?
Mm.
Rejections mold us, and
Mm.
it's the school of life. It's everything in life. It helps
Wow,
us grow.
I like what you said there, Luchemo, that rejection is
Yes,
rejection molds us. Yeah, rejection molds us, and for sure it does also teach you lessons that you would never have learned any other way. So and for sure, you've also I like what you said. I think I'll not forget that quote. If you're a bone, why do you want to? Oh my gosh, no, I want to forget that. Okay, so
exactly.
anyway, now I see our time is far much gone, but I would like to ask the last question.
Yes,
Um, now, how do we? Because anyway, at some point, even as an employer, you're running your own company and you do interviews, right? You do
yes,
interviews when you have projects. I see you advertising. You're looking for these actors, for models, and when they
yes,
come for the interview, definitely you will have to sieve. You have to interview them, look at
yes,
what you're looking for in terms of the role that you have, and for sure, there are those who receive a yes, and there are those who receive a no. And
yes,
of course, those who get a no, they definitely feel a sense of rejection, a sense of, disappointment. And also in relationships, yeah, much as we're talking about rejection, sometimes you just think about your life and you're like, okay, is this the kind of relationship that I want? Maybe it's not working. Maybe there are things that there are disagreements. Maybe there are things about this other person, or you feel like maybe you're not ready to handle. And that's a,
yes,
and you'll have to be honest with this person and say, okay, I think honestly this has been a good journey. You know the way you guys reject women, so it is not
yes,
me, it is not you, it's me. All those things, yada yada. So anyway, what I'm saying, at some point
yes,
we'll
yes,
find ourselves in the position of being the rejecter, for lack of a better word, being the rejecter, and you know, but when it gets to that point, what is your advice in terms of ending relationships amicably, respectfully, and also in terms of work? When you know that you're not picking this person, what is the correct way, or what is the humane way where you don't have to hurt? Well, their feelings will have to be hurt, but at least not cruelly, not in a cruel way, a bit of yeah, a bit of a humane way. That's what I'd say.
yes. First of all, you have to understand when you're going to reject someone, uh, you
It
rejecter
sounds
and the
so.
reject.
Uh-huh.
You have to first know the person you're going to reject. Is he or
Mm.
she a weird person or a radical person? If the person is radical, please
Mm.
do it in public. Do it in public.
That I totally agree with that, because by the way, for sure that is true, because apparently I have a family, let's say, I know someone who decided this relationship is not working for me, and I honestly want out, and for good reasons and all that. And when the person told the other person was like, "I'm gonna commit suicide. If you're leaving me, I'm going to commit suicide." And so it's so true. It's good to know the kind
Yeah.
of person,
Mm,
so that you know
yes.
how to handle them and how to, yeah. Anyway.
Yes. Get to understand this person, at least what kind of person he is. If
Mm.
the radical, yes. because they might kill you or something like that. So do it in
Yeah.
public. There's eyewitnesses, but then
But not on
so
message, right? Not on message.
never do it on a message. Never do it on phone. It's very
Yeah,
disrespectful.
yeah,
Never
that's
call that like that. It's not good. It's not.
it's
It's
very men, please don't leave women this Valentine's on a message at ease. So it's been real, and yeah, I'll see you around. No, don't leave people on message. It's go, talk to them. It's gonna be ugly, it's gonna be teary, but at least it's the respectful way to do it. Mm-hmm.
yes. It's good. Just be open and tell them this. And at least if you can do it in a restaurant, let the person eat. First of all, before you let the
Oh God, okay. I think are there people who do that in this country? That you come back, yeah, let's meet. Okay, order. Okay, then
you
so
know
now,
when that
what?
person is
I'm
the best thing about the
that in
mind
my
is
life. Ah,
very satisfied. The mind kinda is okay. It's okay. So when you reject it, you don't get to that point. So just let them be at least satisfied first of all with food, and now drop it properly in a organized manner,
mm,
stating that you just saw this something that is not right between you two, and
yeah,
to be honest, you don't see how you can make it or rather mend it and stuff like that. Be genuine in it. And the thing is, okay, I don't know, for other people it works, for others I do not allow it. Never say we can still be friends.
mm,
That's a recipe of disaster. uh,
mm,
you don't if the only way it works, you can
mm,
say that you can leave a person and maybe still be close with them somehow. It's
mm,
a marriage which has been in divorce, and they have children, so they have to communicate for the sake of the children. That's
yeah,
the
I
only way.
agree. Mm,
Mm. But if you're not in a marriage or don't have kids, stuff like that, don't say we can be friends, because that's a
mm,
recipe for disaster and stuff like that.
yeah,
Because
but I think, but Luchemo, you can be friends maybe way later, years later, right? But not immediately.
yeah, yes, but not immediately. Even way
Okay.
later. It depends. It depends on the circumstances you being friends again.
It depends, but yeah, for me, all my exes, we are friends. I don't think there's an ex who is my enemy. All my exes, maybe because it also ended well, and maybe because it was also respectful. So yeah.
Maybe.
Now,
Me,
how about as a boss? How is the best way to pass that message? We are sorry. Yeah, we were happy to have you. We are sorry. What would you advise about that?
for both, I would just advise, just say, yes, we love your effort in all this. We accept your effort in this,
Mm,
but we feel that we do not have the space for you. It's not that you're not good enough. It's just because that either
mm,
we're full in this workplace, or
mm,
we believe something is much more better for you. And
mm,
for that, you can give reference to other
mm.
companies for this person. But if the person left because many have rejected them because of misconduct, then yeah,
Yeah.
you can do it anyhow. But if that person didn't have a disciplinary issue,
Mm,
give
mm,
uh, reference where they can
mm.
go to and say they've been referred by
Yeah.
yeah, stuff
Mm,
like that.
yeah.
That's the
Okay,
only way you
yeah, sounds interesting. Yeah, it's really good to be respectful, and if you're able to help anyway in any other way, then that's good. Because I remember one of my boss who fired me as I was fired at one point in my life. Told me,
Wow.
you are very good person, you have very good qualities, and yada yada, all that. And they wrote me a very good recommendation letter, and yeah, I still have the recommendation letter, and yeah, I still value that relationship that I had with my boss. Anyway,
Yeah.
so our time is just about to be over, and I know this live is about to go out. But I'm so
Mhm.
excited about this conversation. Thank you for everything you've shared with us, and I believe our listeners have been able to pick something and to learn something. But before we
Yeah.
go, we have Nuggets of Destiny. Yeah, Nuggets, Nuggets. So I love this book. It's my 1 year devotional Bible reading plan, and we get to read the verse of the day. And we're going to read the verse of the day. Today is the 10th of February. But then, Luchema, tomorrow is my birthday, so I'm really
Oh,
excited. I'm receiving
okay.
gifts. M-Pesa
Good.
number is open. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm so excited. Yeah, I need to just host this. But anyway, I'm going to read from Ephesians 2:10, and it says, "For we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." Wow, that sounds interesting, and it's also in tune with what we're discussing today about rejection, be it in especially in work. So we are God's workmanship. Everything we do, we should know that we are together in conjunction with God, and it's good to be to when whatever we do, let it reflect God's will and God's purpose. So this is the end of this chat, and I'm so happy that we had this conversation. Tomorrow, same time, we are having another conversation. So tomorrow, we're actually diving deeper into relationship. Is there a right and a wrong way to break up with someone? Actually, that is what the therapist I'm hosting tomorrow is going to be talking to us about. It's all about breakup. How do you break up amicably? And thank you, Luchemo, because you've given us some kidogo ideas about that. But tomorrow, be prepared, 7 p.m. here. We are going to discuss about what is the right way to break up with someone. A way that is respectful, not on SMS, not
Yeah.
on, So, what is the right way to respectful way to? And also, we'll also be talking about how do you overcome, how do you heal after a breakup? What are the coping skills we can adopt to help us transition through a breakup? Someone has left you, and you really saw like you had a future together, but it has happened. So how do you
Yeah.
move on from that? So that'll be the conversation tomorrow. That is
Mm-hmm.
the conversation we're having tomorrow with the therapist that I'm hosting, and I am super duper excited. So thank you so much for everyone who joined us today. We had just come to the end of our conversation today, but you can watch this video later in case you missed. And thank you so much, Luchemo. Thank you for joining us today. And yeah, I look forward to hosting you in future for more conversations like this. So thank you so much. Do
Definitely.
have a good night, and till tomorrow,
Yes.
same time, right here.
Yes. And I'll thank you for all this. For this. I'll say it as a godfather. Thank you.
You're a godfather when it comes to mental health, so thank you.
Thank you.
So, okay, good night, everybody.
Good night.